Hi, I'm Nathaniel.
And I'm Sasha.
And this is Mrs. Roberts.
Hi. Today we will be talking about the upgrade to MCAS 2.0.
What is MCAS 2.0?
So MCAS 2.0 is the newest version of the MCAS test. And the difference between the old version and the new version, there are a couple of things. The new version we're going to take exclusively on the computer. So everybody from grades 3 to 8 will be doing an online test. And it's very similar to how you use iReady and take other computer-based tests here at school. And a lot of the test questions will look somewhat similar to old MCAS questions, but also somewhat similar to PARC questions that you took last year. So it's going to be a combination of those two. But you'll still take it in ELA and math for all students in grades 3 to 8. And grade 5 and 8 students will still take the regular science MCAS test on a paper and a pencil.
When will we be taking our MCAS 2.0?
So the schedule is going to look a little different than it has in years past. In the first week of April, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, students in grades 3 to 5 will be taking their ELA sessions. They have 3 shorter sessions. Students in grades 6, 7, and 8 will be taking their tests the following Tuesday and Wednesday, the Tuesday and Wednesday before annual vacation, okay? And you only have 2 sessions that you have to do. They're a little bit longer. They're scheduled to be 60 minutes instead of 45, but there is only 2 of those sessions. So we'll be doing makeups for grades 3 to 5 on the Friday and the Monday between your testing, and then 6, 7, and 8 will be doing makeups on Thursday before we head into vacation. And if necessary, any makeups will be done the week after vacation as well.
How should we prepare for MCAS 2.0?
So your teachers have things like practice tests that are on the computers that they are going to be introducing you to, and it's to make sure that you know how to use all of the features of the new online tests. There are some things that you can do where you can drag and drop like evidence from a passage right into an answer. So you may not have to type out evidence to support a particular claim anymore. You may be able to go right to the passage and drag and drop it. So we want to make sure everybody knows how to use those features. When it comes to math too, the calculator and all of the tools that you'll need are embedded right online. So you don't have to have a separate calculator anymore. You'll be able to have all of those tools right there. So that's one way to prepare, is to participate in some of the practice testing that your teachers are going to show you, just so you know how to use all of the tools. The other thing that we're going to do is tomorrow, May 22nd, March 22nd, we're going to do just a practice trial of getting everybody to log into the application that the MCAS 2.0 tests will run on. And then always the good things that you can do to make sure you're good and ready is get a good night's sleep before, shut off your technology early enough so that you can wind down and get a good night's rest, come in, grab a school breakfast in the morning, be here on time. We are going to get going right away after drop-off in the morning.
What are the different subjects we will be tested on in MCAS 2.0?
So in April, we're going to do ELA, okay? So again, grades 3 to 5, first week of April, grades 6, 7, and 8, the second week of April. Then we get a little break between April vacation, the last week of April. And then the first week of May, we're going to switch over to math and get you guys ready. The second week of May, we're going to start doing the math test for all students. And then, like I mentioned earlier, grades 5 and 8 will also do science, but that's a good old-fashioned paper and pencil test.
What are some other ways MCAS and MCAS 2.0 are different?
Aside from being on the computer, some of the questions that you're going to see are actually from the PARC tests. They've bought some questions from PARC tests, and they've used some questions from MCAS. So it's going to be kind of a hybrid of the 2 different types of questions. So I think it's going to probably look and feel a little more like PARC did last year, except it's going to be all online. So other things are you can use scrap paper this year while you're testing for both math and English language arts. So you'll get a blank sheet of scrap paper, or for math you can get grid paper, lined paper, any kind of blank paper you can use. And you can do all of your planning, your figuring, your graphic organizers, anything that you want to create to help you take notes, anything like that, you can do that on scratch paper now. So that's really good. You can also, in math and science now, if you don't know how to pronounce a word that you're reading, you actually can ask your test proctor to say the word for you. Just point to the word and say the word. They can't tell you what it means, but they can point and say what the word is if you're stuck on the word. Not during the ELA test, but during math and science now. That's for all students.
When will we receive our results?
So we get very preliminary results typically in June, but they don't usually include like your open responses and things that are going to be scored over the summer. So the teachers and the school staff will get a full score reporting sometime in late August is when they're expecting to send it out. Parent, student, and guardian reports typically come out in October though, because when they send us the scores, then we have an opportunity to go through them and make sure that there are no errors, that if you were absent or something happened during a test session that we're able to fix that and clean that up before the parent guardian reports are made. Okay.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thanks for asking. Have a great day.